Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Covering both sides of the big issues with the analysis you trust on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Between May 1st and September 15th, gas terminals are required to use a summer blend of gas, and now these gas stations can sell you what they call a winter blend of gas. That, of course, piques my curiosity about what that means at the pump for you and me and what it's looking like over the next few months. And a guy I like to go to and talk to about this is a fourth-generation oil and gas professional. That's Jay Young, who's back on the Davison Family Dentistry Newsmaker line. Hey, Jay, welcome back to Iowa Radio. Good morning.
Thanks, Jeff.
So,
Good hearing your voice.
Hey, good hearing you, man. So, first of all, let's talk about the implications of this winter blend. What happens at the pump, and what can drivers expect here?
Yeah, well, short term, we use a different blend. There's more butane, which is it's lower cost, so you may see help at the pump from 10 to 30 cents immediately. So you may see something that really, helps you with the filling up your tank immediate. So therefore, it's not going to cost you as much to fill up your tank. Now, I don't think that's very long term. I think it's more short term. And the reason why is because we're not drilling for oil in the United States. Things that we've talked about, over and over again, the Biden administration, institutions, there's public companies. All these people aren't drilling for oil in the United States like they were before the pandemic. And which, hey, I mean, if we're going to electric cars and that makes a big difference, hey, great. But that's not the case. It's not the case that electric cars are going to take over anytime soon, especially in the world. So we're not only looking at, the United States, looking at the world. So therefore, we're going to see higher oil prices in the future. And when you have those higher oil prices, it's going to be a big effect on gasoline, and gasoline, and that's the problem. So yes, short term, yes, go fill up your gas cans,
right?
Your lawnmowers, that little
if you got a little strategic oil reserve, petroleum reserve in your backyard, probably fill that up too.
Yeah, you'll become very popular.
You'll become very popular, Jay. So yeah, it was interesting. I watched last week, Jay, when oil prices spiked, then dropped down, and it seemed like you had two factors here. You had OPEC trying to cut back production, but also a feeling like drivers are going to cut back. So when you say like over, let's say the next few months, like fill up now, but do you expect like that the OPEC countries, like you said, we're no longer energy independent in this country. Are they going to continue to cut back supply and try to jack these prices back up? What's your prediction over the next few months?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I don't know how they get the demand's going to go down. I don't know if they're polling. I didn't get the poll, but if they're polling all these different drivers saying, are you going to drive any more than you were before? No. I mean, it's just a trend, right? Yeah. And what happens. So you do see less people drive in October than you do in November during Thanksgiving or Christmas or summer months. So I see that, but I don't think that's, that's where we're going to be 3 months, 6 months down the road.
Okay, good, because I was kind of skeptical too, Jay. I was talking to Patrick from Gas Buddy last week, and he did say that to me. He was like, well, we expect the driving to be down, the demand to be down. And I thought, really? I don't know, especially with the holidays coming up. Seems to me like people will be driving all over the place.
Yeah, well, short term, it gets colder, people stay inside, all that, but it's not going to affect, are you going to go see, your grandparents, aunts and uncles and all that during Thanksgiving? No, you're going to continue doing that. Yeah, absolutely. And you really don't care what the price is. That's the problem with people like in California and Oregon. And I've talked to those people today, and they were griping about, we're paying $5, $6, $7 because of taxes. And I said, well, that's a different subject, and that's a more political thing, which I don't like to get into. Because you'll never win, and you'll just sit there and like a broken record forever, and we'll get nothing accomplished in the next 3 months. But it's all about supply and demand. You are going to see prices go up, and the reason why is because demand's going to stay strong, going into the end of the year next year, and we don't have the supply. I was in Midland yesterday. People are not drilling as much as they were, and it's all because of capital. It's all because of permitting. It's all because of companies buying back their stocks. Rig count's going down. When you see rig count down, that means that production is going to go down, because that's a big indicator of what happens in the future. You know, and I write in my book, The Upside of Oil and Gas Investing. You can go on our website, kingoperating.com. You can listen to my voice on the audio book. On the left, there's a little spot you can listen to my family history. We have a fund that we do as tax benefits, 100% tax write-off. It's monthly income as we scale the investment, you know, for later on. And I really appreciate, you know, the times, because I love this oil and gas business. It's something that we see, and it's a cycle. This time, Goldman Sachs even said it. They're saying, hey, normally when companies are making record profits, they go back to drilling. They spend 90% of their profits in the ground drilling for wells. This time they're not doing that. They're spending 50% of their money. What does that mean? That means we're going to have less supply on the market in the next 6 months, a year, 2 years. How can you take advantage of that? Call kingoperating.com. What else can I say?
I love talking to you, and I'm like, everybody gets a plug. That is the price of coming on the show. It's like I get a plug, man, because I'm going to talk to you about gas prices on the show. Love you, dude. He's a fourth-generation oil and gas professional, and his book is called The Upside of Oil and Gas Investing. Jay Young is my guy there, telling you to fill up now, because you got the winter blend, and apparently that's going to drop the price dramatically, but fill up now.